Hi everyone. So this is another backtesting session I'll be doing from Tuesday to Friday of this week, and I'm I think that this will be a lot less yap and more focusing on the technicals and just what I see. So yeah, let's just begin. Okay, this we're in a weekly gap. It's a huge weekly gap, and we have hit OTE. We may still go higher, but let's see. I am more inclined to short considering this insane bearish trend, right? For ES, we have also barely gotten into equilibrium of the range. Equilibrium means above or below 50% of the range. So in a bearish scenario like this, above 50% would be this area here. This will sorry, and then in a bullish scenario, you would draw it the other way around, and then if you're waiting for a retrace, you'd say, okay, it's now in the equilibrium when it goes back down, and then you may look to go higher. But in this case, we went back up. I mean, assuming this bearish trend continues, I would look to go lower. So let me just mark this, draw liquidity out. Okay, 4 hour. Nothing much. Would I consider this an SMT? I can't really tell, to be honest. Nah, I think it got taken. So now my no. That's a weird SMT, but no SMT there. We do still have gaps. Intraday. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you'd call it intraday, but a bit more zoomed in onto the 1 hour. We see that we don't have much. We have on the current day, Asia has taken out previous day lows and also inversed this 1 hour gap, and we've been respecting it and climbing higher. Okay, previous day highs. Same for NQ. 30 minute, 30 minute. Yeah, 30 minute. We see this gap respecting. On ES, we have this gap which NQ does not have, but it's been respecting bullish order flow internally so far, as we can see. So let me just double check the 15 minute. Okay, I guess we do have it here. On NQ it was tapped, but on ES it wasn't, for this 15 minute gap. Seems like we have been accumulating a bit on the higher time frame. I would like to see some form of manipulation. So if price does manipulate maybe to these gaps, then I wouldn't mind taking longs towards the previous day highs. We have this untapped one here. Just remove this. Okay, so that is analysis done. What time is it? Okay. Okay. Anything else we need to take note of? Okay, we see that we've retapped into this gap and we have formed a bullish SMT with ES. If you see, ES has not taken that low, so it's a bullish SMT, which is a very strong confluence because it was also formed in a gap with Asia lows, oh sorry, London lows. And anything else? This 3-minute gap. We've already inversed this 3-minute gap. Okay. Okay, market open. We retap into the gap, sweep some internal liquidity, and we've pumped. And we do have this CISD and these gaps getting inversed. So I'm gonna put a limit order here. Stops about here. Target. Where is my target? That is a bit far. Okay. I think this would be our first target. Asian highs, which is about already a 4R. So let's see first. Here, limit. Okay, we tapped in. Okay, I will go break even at this 5-minute inverse. So it's only been 2 minutes, 3. Okay, I'm not. I did say I was gonna go break even then, but with price displacing this high, and it may seem like we've inversed, but technically, if you look at the bottom here, it's only 3 minutes into open, so the 5-minute candle has not closed. But seeing how far it has displaced, I am very, very okay with breaking even here. So let's just continue. Okay. So ES has almost taken previous day highs. Right? But for me, it's all the way here on NQ. So that is something to watch out for. If ES takes this and we form a bearish SMT, then I would just get out. ES has taken it. Do I get out or do I trail my stop? I think I'll trail my stop to there. I do like the bullish momentum we have. So if it hits my trail stop, okay, it hit my trail stop. Anyways, that was not bad. I can't see, but I think that's about was it 2 point something K? We closed about here, I think. So I think almost 3K, somewhere there. Okay, let's move on to the next day. Drawings. Okay, so I guess this is a good example actually to show you. See how I closed? I think somewhere here, right? And because of that SMT with previous day highs that we had, we dumped like crazy. So okay, so good call to get out there, because if I held I would have just gotten break even. So again, top down analysis, on NQ we have inversed the daily gap, but on ES we have not. So it's a bit tricky because it's slightly uncorrelated. Because if you zoom in, you would see that, if I'm not wrong, I think there will be some form of internal SMT internally, but bullish SMT I mean. So let's see, then we also have this 4-hour gap that we can fill. Has not been filled yet. 1 hour, you have this 1 hour gap, 1 hour gap, and yeah, that's all I think for now. Let me just use this 30-minute. Fifteen. I'll just keep it 30-minute. So okay, let's go to market open. Okay, before we actually see what happens at market open, we see that we are somewhat respecting this gap and we are pushing higher. We've also inversed this internal gap. We've not taken out Asia lows, but we have taken out Asia highs. Oh sorry, we've not taken out London lows, but we've taken out London highs, Asia highs, and Asia lows. So I think I'll see if price forms some form of bullish internal SMT, and if it does, I will be looking to long. Okay. Is that in SMT? Potentially. Okay, we've taken out London lows. ES has not. Let's see if this SMT holds. It doesn't. Okay. But we still have swept quite a lot of liquidity, so I wouldn't mind looking for a long. Don't have an internal SMT though. We have inversed, but we do have this huge 3-minute gap, so I'm still gonna wait, I think. Nope, nothing yet. Okay, internal SMT. And this time NQ is the weaker pair. If we inverse this, I will enter. Nope, we respect it instead. And the SMT is gone. Nothing on the 3-minute, 5-minute. Have this 5-minute gap. No SMT. We have tapped into this 5-minute, I think, on both. Yeah. Might take a mech model here, or not. Seems we are continuing. Okay. We do have a bearish SMT here. because do we? No, we don't know mine. I'm tweaking. Maybe I look for a continuation if we retap this 5-minute inverse. We don't. But with this candle closure, we did form this 5-minute. We retapped into it, and on the 1-minute, we inversed with a CISD. Inverse this gap. I am gonna put a limit here. Stops here, and I'll target the 4-hour gap that I marked out earlier. So yeah, let's see if we get tapped in. Okay. Is that a bearish SMT? No, it wasn't. So never mind. Bit unfortunate, but let's just see what price does. Okay, so that was very choppy. I would have liked the long here, but we did not have a bullish SMT, so I refrained. But still not the worst day. One loss, just GG go next. So okay, so we have completely inverted the. Okay, no, we have not. We've not completely inverted the daily gap yet because the current day is Thursday, so this candle has not actually closed, and but it looks like it might close, and we might continue this bearish trend back down to this external range liquidity, which is what I mentioned earlier on in the video, since we did go back into equilibrium and we're continuing bearish order flow again. So let's look at the 4-hour. We still do have this gap on the 4-hour that is not touched. We might look to rebalance that and then go lower, not too sure. Then internally we have I can't consider this because this one doesn't close till 10, but with this and this, which we can also rebalance to, and if you look at the like the internal leg, this is within the internal equilibrium, so that is a good confluence if you want to rebalance higher and then go lower. And lines up of a 1 hour 30. Yeah. Okay, and we do have a bullish SMT here. Okay. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Okay, so we still do have this bullish SMT, right? Oh, but we do have a bearish SMT now as well. If you look at this, so this is a bit tricky because we're playing within two SMTs. We've inversed this 30-minute gap. This one doesn't have the 30-minute gap, but I do prefer longs, at least to this gap. So let's see if we get some form of entry. have this internal SMT as well. Okay. Market open. Still not taken this on ES. And we're dumping. We might inverse this and form a bearish CISD. Okay, we have. So the bearish SMT is holding. And we formed an inverse with a CISD. Here's what I think is gonna happen. I think this entire area was like the consolidation, right? I'm assuming we're gonna take out this liquidity before going back up and then continuing even lower. That's just what I think. I think this move downwards is the manipulation move. So I could enter, whether it's a market order or a limit order somewhere higher. Maybe like here. But I won't, because we do have this internal bullish SMT again. So it's a bit too unclear right now. So let's just see what it does. Okay. We retap into this gap. Dumping. Okay, we dumped. Moving on. Nothing. We have a bullish SMT. We've not taken out London lows yet. On ES, we have. Okay, so bullish SMT. Okay. We've taken out all of this. Okay. Maybe some form of internal SMT, and then I may look to long, but if I don't get that, what is this? Okay, so this is our internal SMT. But we don't have a gap. We don't have a gap, so I will be entering here. Let me remove this. Oh wait. Never mind, I'm not entering. The bullish SMT went away. Nope, 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 nope. You might just continue dumping. What time is it? It's almost 10. 10 AM open. Well, 10 PM for us, but that means that this gap is now completely formed. Meaning we might be sticking to shorts at the moment, and I might just look for some kind of short continuation. So let's see. So we have this next gap here. Okay. Now we tapped into this gap. Is there a 15-minute gap though? There is. 30-minute gap. We have to wait for this 30-minute candle to close. This one also, we have to wait 5 more minutes for it to close. So okay, so we've inversed this 5-minute. So we've inversed this 5-minute, so I am looking to... Okay, and we also do have a bullish SMT, although it's not clear, but if you see NQ, this is the lowest, and for ES, this is the lowest. So I'm gonna take this 5-minute retrace into this gap, 1 to 2. Oh, there is also a 5 minute here. So maybe here. Okay. Maybe at this, I will break even like here if this inverses. We do have a 3-minute gap supporting, but let's see if it works. Okay, nice, respect. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that inversed. Moving to break even. Let's see. I have this internal 3-minute and this 1-minute. Nothing much, nothing much. Okay, and there's a nice dub. So, okay, that was a good win. Let's see what else happens after. Oh, we continue pumping. Oh, that's unfortunate, but it's okay. We caught our winner, and that's all that matters. But if I did choose to hold, this could have been at least to the gap, maybe another 3 more K, but that's fine. Now let's move on to Friday. One day. Okay, we have this daily gap, which we have not tapped back into. This is our current draw liquidity, and okay, same gap on ES. Draw liquidity. 4 hour, 4 hour. Oops. 4 hour, nothing much. We are respecting this order block right now, as you can see. Internally, I think this is previous day low. Can mark that out. One hour. Okay, we do have a bullish SMT with Asia session, and anything else, we have this 1 hour inverse, which we have tapped back into and we're respecting right now, with this other inverse as well. This very small gap, but on NQ got disrespected, on ES it's respecting. So I am leaning a lot more bullish to maybe this daily gap before we dump back lower. So let's see how that goes. 30 minute, nothing. 15 minute. There's a gap here, which we have already inversed though. Nothing. There's this gap, which I guess we are still respecting. Insane wicks off of it. Okay. What time is it? Okay. So, smaller recap. We are respecting this gap, we've inversed this one, we have a bullish SMT with ES, with Asia lows. We have an untapped daily gap above. So I would like to see some form of lower manipulation before we long. But if we don't get that and we just pump higher when we fill the gap, then I would look to short. So let's see. Okay. We do have this internal SMT as well right now, so let's see. Okay, that is pretty fast. We have taken out London highs on ES, but on NQ we're barely missing it. Right? Yeah, we're barely missing it. Okay, we've taken it. Deuce. Don't see anything I particularly like, but let's see. Let's continue watching, I think. Still have an internal SMT. Okay, we're dumping. Okay, we've swept current session lows. The pre-market lows, basically. Maybe if we get an inverse here. Nope. Okay, we got an inverse. It's not the most far from the gap, so I'm not gonna wait for a retest. And if you don't know where the SMT I was talking about is, it's here. You see how ES has not taken that? So, yeah, market order. And I'll probably break even at the current session highs. So, let's see. Nope, not yet. Okay, break even. That is previous day highs. Thursday. Oh, it's already been taken. Okay. Oh no, I think it's this. Yeah, okay. Okay. Probably gonna trail my stop to here. And I'm out there. Oh. And yeah, okay. I would have gotten break even if I kept holding anyways. So yeah, that is this week from Tuesday to Friday done. And where do I see the analytics? So this. Yeah. So this was the Monday that I covered on the previous video. One dub, one loss, one dub, a small dub. Not a bad week at all. Very good week actually. 3 out of 4. And that added about 2.7, 5, 5.8, 4.8, almost 5k to the backtesting portfolio. So yeah, that is a good week of backtesting. Hopefully y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time.